She said it like she was ordering coffee. Calm, cold, entitled. If you can't handle me spending weekends with my ex-husband, maybe we're not right for each other. I remember staring at her across the table, the candlelight catching the smirk on her lips. She expected a fight, but I just smiled, leaned back, and said, "You're spot on." That was the first moment of peace I'd felt in months. We met 5 years ago, in a rainstorm of all cliches. She offered me an umbrella outside the museum, laughing about how I looked like a drowned tourist. I wasn't. I was just in love too quickly. Her confidence drew me in like gravity. She had that kind of beauty that made people assume she was dangerous. I should have believed them. The first year was perfect. The second was possessive. The third, she changed. She reconnected with her ex, just for closure, she said. Then it became for friendship. Then you're overreacting. I tried to trust her. I tried harder than I should have. But love is a slow poison. You don't notice it's killing you until your body stops fighting back. The first time she stayed over at his place for the weekend, I sat alone in our apartment, scrolling through job offers I had once ignored. One of them was a transfer to Singapore, a move I had turned down 3 times because she didn't want to leave her social circle. Her social circle, I later learned, included him. The clues weren't dramatic. They never are. A receipt for wine she didn't drink, perfume that wasn't hers, a voice message, his voice, accidentally sent to me instead of him. It wasn't rage that followed, it was clarity. I realized I had been negotiating my self-worth with someone who thought loyalty was optional. So I stopped negotiating. I played my part well. Still smiled when she came home late. Still cooked her breakfast. Still asked about her weekends with friends. Meanwhile, I was preparing. I reached out to HR, asked if the Singapore position was still open. It was. They needed someone reliable, discreet, and ready to leave in 2 weeks. Perfect. Then I called a lawyer, a quiet, efficient man who specialized in clean exits. He set up the financial split, protected my assets, and rewired joint accounts without alerting her. I transferred my savings, changed passwords, rerouted mail. Every move invisible, every step deliberate. While she played her little games, I was setting the stage. Her downfall began on a Sunday morning. She came home at 10 a.m. wearing a hoodie that wasn't hers. She didn't even bother to hide it anymore. I greeted her with coffee and a smile. "You look tired," I said. She shrugged. "Rough night." I didn't ask. She expected me to. Instead, I kissed her forehead and said, "You should rest. I'll handle dinner tonight." That threw her off. She stared at me like I'd changed the script. I had. For 2 weeks, I acted like nothing was wrong. Then came Friday, the day she was visiting her sister. I helped her pack, carried her suitcase to the door, even kissed her goodbye. The moment the elevator doors closed, I exhaled. Then I picked up my own bag, already packed, and headed for the airport. The HR manager met me at the gate, contract signed, new chapter opened. By the time her plane landed, I was already halfway to Singapore. She didn't notice I was gone until Sunday night. Her first text came at 11:42 p.m. "Hey, what's your weekend like?" I waited, watched the typing dots come and go. Then I took a selfie at Changi Airport, clean-shaven, calm, a departure board behind me glowing with destinations she'd never reach. "Peaceful," I replied. I imagined she stared at that photo for a long time, maybe even zoomed in to see if I was serious. Then the calls started. Missed, missed, missed. When she finally reached me, her voice cracked through the speaker. "You left?" "I did," I said. "You were right. We're not right for each other." She started crying, bargaining, promising. But I'd already signed out of our lease, our accounts, our life. I told her I'd left enough money in her account to cover her share of bills for a month. After that, she was on her own. She said I was cruel. I said I was honest. Then I hung up. The beauty of revenge isn't in destruction. It's in control. It's in walking away before they realize you've stopped caring. I didn't need to expose her, didn't need to humiliate her. She did that herself, to everyone who asked where I'd gone, why she was suddenly alone, why the man who once worshipped her had vanished without a fight. People pity her now. They whisper, they wonder. And she has to live with that silence, the kind that follows a self-inflicted wound. Singapore was humid that first week. The air smelled like rain and redemption. I rented a small apartment with a skyline view. No ghosts, no perfume, no lies. Every morning I walked to work past the bay, watching the water reflect the sunrise. Freedom looked like light breaking through glass. Sometimes I still think about her, not out of longing, but as a lesson. She taught me the value of walking away quietly, of letting actions speak. Because when you stop trying to prove your worth to the wrong person, you start remembering it yourself. She sent one last message a month later. I miss you. I didn't reply. Some silences are the loudest form of revenge, and mine echoed all the way from Singapore.